Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Bukit Kiara Archery Range, Bukar. My name is Anwar, and today I would like to quickly show this bow. This is a traditional bow from Ukraine by Sarmat Archery, and the bow's name is Allen. I don't know whether you can see it here, but it is the Allen bow, 41 pounds at 28 inches. So this is how the bow looks like unstrung. It is pretty long, at about my shoulders, so it's about 5 feet, I would assume, about 5 feet. And you're given a very nice leather handle wrap, and the bow itself is made from bamboo laminates. You can actually see the laminations of the bamboo at the back and at the belly. So let's try to string it up, and the bowstring that's given, this looks like Duckron, and it is the Flemish twist string. So let's try to string it up. So this is how the bow looks like all strung up. Now this is, I would say, an authentic traditional bow made using natural materials. So this is how the bow actually draws. 41 pounds at 28 inches. It's physically light, and it looks almost like a uni bow or a long bow, but I can't be entirely sure. But it is a very elegant looking bow, and in Malaysia you can get it for really cheap, and if I remember correctly, it is less than 400 ringgit, or rather less than 100 US dollars. So with this kind of bows, you can see there, that's the handle, and the bow seems to be a one-piece bow with some rubber reinforcement down the handle, and it draws quite nicely because of the length of the bow. But in my experience, this kind of bows are not really fast, because it is essentially a stick and a string. So I'll be shooting at that target over there at about 12 meters. The target is pretty big. So let's try to shoot this using the Mediterranean draw with the left hand. So in terms of arrow speed, not the fastest out there, but shooting it is actually very easy. So it's a very light bow. I don't feel much of a hand shock, but there is some stack, because if you notice, the recurves on the limbs is not that much. So it is almost like a self bow without much of a recurve, just at the tips. But if you're looking for a traditional bow that is made from natural materials and it is cheap, this could be the bow of choice. So let's retrieve that arrow, and we'll change the camera angle to the side to see the drawing profile, and I'll give you my verdicts on the Allen bow by Sarmat Archery. Okay, so the camera has been set up. The sun is behind me because the time now is actually 6:15. I'm actually waiting to break fast at about an hour's time. So drawing a 41-pound bow is fine for me, but since I'm fasting, maybe my draw will be a little bit shaky, but let's try this. So the bow is actually very easy to use, but again, it is not the fastest bow. But I've had this bow for almost 3 years now, 3 to 4 years, and I use it extensively with basically new archers, just so that they can practice their drawing techniques using a bow that is slightly heavier than what they're used to. I have various poundages of this bow, and I do use it in my training sessions, and so far it has been serving me well. Although the weather here in Malaysia is hot and humid, I have not had any problem with the Allen bow by Sarmat Archery. That shows that even with a very cheap bow, considerable, if it's made well, you will get a quality bow. Again, not the fastest, but comfortable. And if you are a beginner or even a coach who wants to equip his or her students with natural traditional bows, I will not hesitate to recommend the Allen or Alan by Sarmat. Here in Malaysia, there's only one distributor, that is Sarmat Archery, and if I'm not mistaken, they are selling these bows for about 330 ringgit the last time I checked it. If I'm not mistaken, I got this bow for 300 ringgit because I bought two at that time. So we'll retrieve those arrows, we'll take a few shots from the back, and I'll give you my final verdict of the Sarmat Allen bow. So alright, let's shoot this, and you will be seeing it from my back. Perhaps from this angle you're able to see the trajectory of the arrow, and you can definitely tell it's not a very fast bow, but definitely comfortable to shoot. So, very easy bow to use. Now, who would I recommend these bows to? Well, for beginners, sure, but you will have to make sure that you have a very good coach with you who can assist you in the basics of taking care of a natural bow. One of the few things that you have to remember is that do not leave the bow strung up if you're not using it. Do not expose it to the weather or the elements, because this is a natural bow. The back and the belly is bamboo laminated with some kind of wood. I can't recall what it is, but this is what you get for the price point. A rather durable, natural bow that can be used for traditional archery. Now it is quite long, so it is not recommended for horseback, but for general shooting, recreational shooting, definitely. I would not recommend this bow for competitive archery, but you never know. So if you would like to know more about this bow, you can find out about them at Sarmat Archery. They are based in Ukraine, and this is their Allen bow. They have various types of bows, and I am looking forward to try out their Yumi variants or their Japanese bow variants. In some angles, if this bow wasn't symmetrical, if it was asymmetric, if the handle was here, I will say it definitely looks like a Yumi. But ultimately, this is the bow. I would give it 3.5 stars out of 5, or rather 4 stars out of 5, because the price is really cheap. The performance not that great, but the comfort in shooting is definitely worthwhile. And if you're using it for recreational archery, definitely. For coaching, sure, but for competitive, you have to train a lot with this, because the bow is not very fast. But in the market flooded with laminated bows or carbon bows or fiberglass bows, it is definitely a novelty to own a pure natural traditional bow. So this is how the draw profile looks like. Very nice. It stacks at about 27, at 28, that's it, that's maximum. So that's it, the Sarmat Allen bamboo bow. So my name is Anwar Matsat. If you'd like to know more about archery, you can find us on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube. We are Eureka Archery. Be an archer today.